Hi everyone, I am Kaylee Barrage, and for my basic counseling class, I'm going to be teaching you and talking about a little bit about cognitive behavioral theory. Some may ask, what is cognitive behavioral therapy? So while doing a little bit of research, I found out that it is a form of psychology treatment that has been demonstrated to be effective a range of problems. Some of these problems include depression, anxiety, drug and substance abuse, and many other things. So as a cognitive therapist, a therapist will help the client identify their thoughts, behaviors, and feelings. And this right here shows you a little bit about how your emotions, your behaviors, and your thoughts all come in one. Cognitive behavioral therapy focuses on changing the automatic negative thoughts a person may have into positive. So a little bit about how this works is that there are several core principles to focus on, and some are including our psychological problems are based in part or on faulty or unhelpful ways of thinking. Second one is psychological problems are based in part on unlearned patterns of unhelpful behavior. Third one is people suffering from psychological problems can lead a better way of coping with them. Therefore, relieving their symptoms and becoming more effective in their lives is how they're also going to help change the negative thoughts to positive thoughts. While researching, I had found a little bit about there are multiple types of cognitive behavioral therapy. One is cognitive therapy, two is dialectical behavioral therapy, DBT. The third one is multimodal therapy. The fourth one is rational emotive behavioral therapy, REBT. So a little bit about cognitive therapy is this centers on identifying and changing inaccurate or distorted thinking patterns, emotional responses, and behaviors. Dialectical behavioral therapy addresses thoughts and behaviors while incorporating strategies as emotional regulation and mindfulness. Multimodal therapy is where it suggests that psychological issues must be treated with addressing 7 different models, different types of models they have. So the first one is affect, sensation, imagery, cognition, interpersonal factors, and drug or biological considerations. The fourth one with rational emotive behavioral therapy. This involves identifying irrational beliefs, changing those beliefs, and finally learning to recognize them and change those thought patterns. There are multiple different approaches in any of this, but they all have the same goal at the end of the day to limit psychological distress with their clients. And also there are some techniques for CBT, which are identifying negative thoughts, practicing new skills, goal setting, problem solving, and self-monitoring. So for the first one with identifying negative thoughts, you're going to identify them and you're going to learn how those thoughts and feelings and situations that negative situations you're in can lead to negative thoughts and how they put you in a negative mood. And this is how you want to figure them out and handle it and learn from it. 2, practicing new skills. You want to start practicing the new skills to use them in the real world situations. The third one, goal setting. You want to identify your goals, either short or long term. You want to, after setting those goals, you want to start implementing them to start helping your client to improve their life and their health. 4, problem solving. You have multiple areas or problems that arise, big or small, and there are 5 steps to help them with problem solving. 1, you identify the problem. 2, you generate a list of solutions. 3, you evaluate the strengths and weaknesses. 4, you choose a solution. And 5, you implement the solution. And the last one was self-monitoring. You want to start tracking your behaviors, your symptoms, or your experiences over time. So this is basically a daily diary or a daily journal. And also a little bit about CBT pros and cons. For the pros, it helps with so many things like addiction, anger issues, anxiety, bipolar disorder, depression, eating disorders, panic attacks, phobias, grief, stress management, low self-esteem. It also helps in a short-term treatment. It just depends on your client. And it also helps your client develop different types of coping skills that can be useful for now and in the future. And also a little bit about the cons for CBT is that it can be very difficult, but you just have to have the mindset for it. And it's also very structured and it's going to be hard. And a little bit about it is that this may be difficult for some, but you have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to change those thought patterns, those emotions, um, those feelings. You just have to be willing to be changed. Thank you and have a good day.